Hello and welcome. I'm Aidil.
And I'm Adil.
So, we're gonna talk about IT and technology in our daily lives. Today, we will be having guests from various educational levels.
Without wasting any time, we would like to welcome Firdaus and Rose Zafri.
Thank you to Aidil and Adib for having us. We're so happy to be part of this show.
Thank you, Aidil and Adib. First of all, I would like to appreciate all of you for having us on this talk show.
Okay, my first question for Firdaus. What do you think about technology used in school? Do you think it will make the students' life easier than before?
Okay, that is a good question actually. Students are engaging with technology constantly outside of the classroom. This is because students like to be interactive and also learning through technology has now become a part of their lifestyle. And it's more interesting than learning by using the normal way. Secondly, it will make the students' life easier than before because using technology for education will make the students more interested on education.
Thanks to Firdaus for the answer. Okay, my question to Zafri. What is the limitation of school students when they use technology for education, which is called e-learning? And also, what is the cost for students for them to start using e-learning?
Okay, so the limitation of school students is internet coverage. This is because some of the school students' locations of their house can't get a good internet coverage depending on their location of the house. And that's why internet coverage is not that good. Secondly, the cost to buy internet for the students are somehow kind of unaffordable for some of them. This is because some of the students are living on their own houses and not without their parents. Lastly, the students also need a place for them to focus. This depends on the situation of the environment, for example, loud places and quiet places.
Okay, thank you Rose and Firdaus for being part of this show. We really appreciate you guys for joining us in the show. So, for our next guest is Shawal and Ameh. Give them a round of applause.
So, Ameh, I would like to ask you regarding the importance of maintaining the computers in the computer lab.
Every 6 months, our IT team have to clean each and every computer in the lab. This is because the computer uses fans to cool itself down, and over time the inside of the computers will get dusty and even debris can get caught up into the computer itself, which is bad, as dust and debris will clog up the intake fans, causing it to restrict airflow into the computer itself. Without proper airflow, the components in the computer will become hot, forcing the system in the computer to run slower than usual. So, it is important to clean the computers in the lab so that it will be problem-free and more efficient for the students to use it.
No wonder the computers in my institute runs very slow. Anyway, great advice by you, Ameh. Next, I would like to ask Shawal about more into the same things as Ameh.
First of all, thanks to Adib for letting me being part of the show. On top of that, in another way to take care of our computer in the lab is to set up a firewall. This is protection system for our computer lab. Choosing a network layer firewall that denies access to a site or program that is not suitable into the acceptable criteria that we have chosen. Secondly, we also took care of our computer in the computer lab. For example, updating the software, make sure there's no virus inside the computer, and also cleaning the hardware for the computer spec so that it will not have any dust running inside the computer hardware.
Okay, thank you Shawal for the answer. And that is for our talk about the subject that we discussed. Thank you for watching our show. Really appreciated it.
So, Dil and DB out. And thank you for watching.
Welcome to our second episode of Dil and DB. On today's episode of Dil and DB, we are going to continue the same topic from the last episode, which was about IT and technology in our daily lives.
But today, we'll be more focusing on the pros and cons about mobile and technology gadgets. Without wasting our time, I would like to welcome our guests from last episode. Please welcome Firdaus and Rose Zafri. Give them a round of applause.
Thank you for letting me join this episode. So, one of the pros about mobile gadget is a high level of portability. Many people have preferred to use cell phones to replace their landlines, as these gadgets usually smaller and portable. The need to stay around a certain area to use a landline is eliminated with a cell phone, as you can usually go across states and countries with little worry. However, cell phone providers often charge extra to your monthly bills to allow service outside of their home country. More than that, one of the cons is increasing cheating in school, which is using cell phones to cheat in exams. It has become a big issue in many of these schools. Students are now able to text answers under their desk while at it. Since many of these devices are compatible with the internet, skilled children can sometimes even find the answers using a search engine. And if they are caught cheating, they can face some serious consequences from the administration.
Another pros of mobile gadget is more savings, which is many mobile plans today include free features, including long distance calls and a certain number of free text messages. These benefits can help us stay connected with families and friends who are living far away without incurring extra costs. Some providers even include convenient features such as caller ID and free voicemails. This is the reason why many people choose to use mobile phones exclusively to rid themselves of monthly. Furthermore, another cons of mobile gadget is expensive price. Mobile phones, especially smartphones, are really expensive to purchase, and it is still a luxury in this era. Done.
Thanks, Firdaus and Rose. But I have another question for Firdaus. Is there another choice of having a cheaper smartphone?
For that question, yes, you can own a cheaper smartphone. It is in the category of budget smartphones such as Huawei, Samsung and Asus. These are the brands that have a cheaper model, but their performance is almost on par with those expensive flagship smartphones.
Thank you to both of them for participating in our talk show. So without further ado, we're going to ask a few questions to Ame and Shawal.
So, the question for them is, what are the pros and cons in giving children mobile gadgets such as iPads and smartphones?
Good question. Mobile gadgets can give bad effects towards children. The cons is that it can cause many effects such as brain drastic development. During the toddler years, the brain triples in size and continues to develop until the adult years. Studies have shown that too much gadgets may negatively affect a child's brain on its functioning and may even cause attention deficit, cognitive delays, impaired learning, increased impulsivity and decreased ability to self-regulation. Smart parenting advises parents to sing, read and talk to their children than letting them play and watch TV at home. Second, violence grows on children's personality. Most parents have noticed that their kids learn to be aggressive due to long hours of playing games in their tablets. Tantrums are the most common form of aggressiveness among toddlers. As they grow older, children who are addicted to computer games are more likely to confront and disobey their elders. So, as early as today, instead of relying on tablets to quiet down your little dynamo, opt for colouring books or balls. Take charge of your children today and know more about their behavioural changes. Third, no exposure to nature. Toddlers should be able to throw a ball, hop, skip, jump, run, call a friend by names, among others. Learn more about toddler milestones from Baby Center. This is one of the benefits of playing outside in playgrounds. They learn a lot from interaction, socialization, nature's beauty, and life itself.
Older kids can learn from the watching or reading education content in a smartphone and a tablet. This gadget can actually be a window of the world which is expose them to all variety of knowledge, culture, and a way of thinking. Lastly, tablet can be powerful education tools. For example, iPad can be great reading tools compared to the kid who use book. Kids who learn to read this iPad are more engaged, cooperative, and willing to speak up. According to research from the Institute of Education in London, screen not inherently good or bad, but what on it.
And that is for our talk about the subject that we discussed. Thank you for watching our show. Really appreciate it.
So Dil and DB out. And thank you for watching.